Welcome back, guys.
Some vibration happening? What's going on?
I got a bit of a modulation in my voice box.
Okay.
I have a bumblebee issue soon enough. I'd have to play all my sound clips through the radio.
I don't know what he's saying either. Excellent. I feel like he's hinting about a video he's going to do for his personal channel somewhere. That's what I think he's doing. He's being cheeky boy. That's what I think.
I'll know, but I'm glad you think that anyway.
Mr. Self-Promoter. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Trekyards. This episode... Voyager. Ships.
Voyager. Yes, ships. The things he said.
There are a couple of Voyagers as well, which is kind of funny. The Armored Voyager, Warship Voyager, Voyager, Borgified Voyager, Year of Hell Voyager, Armorified but not armored Voyager.
Living Witness Voyager? Oh, you said Warship Voyager, didn't you?
I mean, technically there's Pink Voyager and Blue Voyager, but that's a really deep cut. I think that's it. I mean, there's Gloopy Voyager, but that's still that's a pile of gloop. From when they all died. But yes, lots of Voyagers. That's why you also kept selling more Voyagers, because there's quite a few Voyagers. Yes.
Joseph Barbatos, I'm a little upset. How's Trek Culture get an interview with Sam Witwer and Trekyards did not? He was here. I know.
Trying.
There you go.
Yeah. Various reasons that are not... Yeah. Sean did a clever and then got held back for a bit. And then people getting swamped and blah, 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 blah. But yes.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about that today. We're here to talk about Voyager ships. So welcome back, guys.
Yes. That's including the Voyager, which somebody could put in. Because we have
somebody already had.
Because we have no control of this life, do we? People are the people that people... How do people get things on the board?
They super chat in.
Mm-hmm.
As you see, there's 2 super chats there. We'll get to those too. And yeah, if you want your ship or a ship from Voyager up here, let us know. Super chat in and we will do that for you guys. Ironically, there is no Voyager in our pictures.
Yeah, well, maybe there is. If it was loading.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Not supported. Why, you piece of... Yes. I'm going to start showing you in a second.
Oh, Tay. All right, guys. There you go. Welcome back to the channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit that like button.
Throw pain ruining your moment.
Possibly can.
No matter how.
We would appreciate it. And yeah. Join the channel. There's a join button down there on YouTube, or you can head over to Patreon/Trekyards. There's another way to support us. We really appreciate anything and everything you can do. So do the things. Also, there are links down below to the Teespring and the TeePublic store, where you guys can get yourself some cool Trekyards merch. But honestly, hitting like and making sure you're subscribed is the best 2 things. And super chatting, of course, during these lives. And hitting the bell notification icon so you get notified when we upload and actually get a chance to see the videos and join the lives and do all the fun stuff, because we like doing fun stuff here. So, yep, all those things. This is the way. All right, guys, we'll get underway in just a second here as soon as Sam is done sharing the video around so that more people can see it. You guys can also share these lives and these edited videos around to people that you think might enjoy them, because we do want to spread the Trekyards word, the gospel, and get more people on board, because we always have lots of really great stuff to talk about. So make sure you share it around. Well, look, Sam's back.
It's me, Sam here.
Yep.
There's a lot of great Voyager ships. I mean, I probably one of the shows that inspired me to like ships, given that it was on quite a bit when I was young, and there's a lot of ship stuff in it. So, probably somewhat responsible. Somewhat.
Nice.
Yes. All right, where do we begin in our epic road of Star Trek?
Well, Schmo Buddy throws in $5. Great way to get kicked off. Thank you, Schmo Buddy.
Thank you.
Medical Transport 136, Nightingale episode. Nightingale Peregrine Fighter gets the Jaeger class treatment. The real Captain Kim episode.
Yeah. Thank you, asked for a clear render, although not that nice a one. Yeah, Nightingale. Do you remember it, Stuart? First of all, hi, Jason.
I don't. I remember the name of the episode, but I do not remember the ship specifically. And I'm not quite sure what he means by the real Captain Kim episode.
So, they're on the Delta Flyer or a normal shuttle, and they bump into this ship cloaked in a part of the Delta Quadrant, and they... I'm simplifying it slightly because I don't remember it fully, and they end up... Oh yeah, because Voyager's landed, which is one of those amazing landed shots, which is really, really clever. And the ship, this ship bumps into Delta Flyer or some such. They board it. It's a medical ship that is trying to get medical supplies across a war zone, etc. So they got the first cloaking device of their race, but there's more than meets the eye to the mission. There are slightly dodgy things, and Kim has to take command because the captain is injured, killed, or inexperienced. But turns out that the dodge of the mission, Kim is like, do I follow the captaincy and help them get through the mission where they lied to me, or do I say screw to my new crew and do this and this? So it's kind of like he has to, judge what's more important. And yeah, this is the Peregrine Fighter upscaled hugely with correct window scale. They do put the effort into that, and it cloaks and does everything in the episode.
Yeah, but all I see is the Peregrine Fighter, and I don't like it. Not a big
Yay!
fan.
But look,
I can't say I remember that episode.
But look, there are windows. They put windows in so you can tell it's a bigger ship.
They did. Yes, they did indeed.
I thoroughly appreciate that. Although, a little side note, whoever did this for Egamos forgot to turn shadows on.
Oh well.
Because there aren't any contact shadows, which is... I wish someone caught that, because that's not very good of them. So it's not going to look very good.
Looks great to me. Well, okay, so Nightingale, where would you place this in the lineup?
Stuart, you tell me. Started? Yeah. Does this shot look better?
Probably. Still an ugly ship.
That's with a full light rig as well. Look, it's actually interactive lighting, and that's much nicer.
Sure.
Yeah. This has a Peregrine now. I think it's a pretty clever kit bash for... Well, not even a kit bash. Quite clever, How many people are going to recognise on their this big screen this fighter flying?
How much was it in the episode?
It's the hero ship.
Shown?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they, like I say, Kim. Yeah, so it's cloaked a lot of the time, fine, but it's in the episode as the hero ship, basically.
Okay. Cool.
Your thoughts, as in for scoring. What do you want to? For ranking of Voyager ships.
Well, pretty important episode, like you said, and it's the hero of the episode, and Kim gets to be in command, I guess. That's important,
it's
right?
Like the only cloaking race in the Delta Quadrant.
Well, I hate the design, so...
Hey!
D.
Yeah, let's go with D. I think the fact you don't remember it at all, and it's a fine episode, and Kim's pretty good in it, unlike the slight moralness. But yes, it is a clever reuse for a time that, But yes, unfortunately, there's not an iconic Voyager ship, and so it will not be on the list that high.
Perfect. Good way to start off.
It's an interesting way to start, yeah, for sure.
Olivia throws in $5. USS Voyager played a minor role, not seen much.
Oh, Voyager. No, Voyager's in the Star Trek, the movie, TMP. So that doesn't count. That's what she meant, right?
No.
Oh.
I don't think so.
Oh.
Voyager. I don't know if I remember this one.
That was a bit bright. I'm going to do a poll while you might have a few things to say about this. I'm going to start a poll.
Oh, sure. Like I said, I don't remember this ship from the series. I don't even know which episode it was in, so if you could refresh my memory, that'd be friggin' awesome.
Okay, Okay, so this is a ship called Voyager. It's an episode called The Voyage. It's where the Equinox, our hero ship, finds this bigger ship called Voyager, and they're really arrogant because they're pretty self-sufficient and okay. And Voyager betrays them, destroys one of their cells, and we have to then unfortunately, then time travel, as you know, back to season 1, where the Captain Ransom has to go back and relive season 1. So basically, they're arrogant pricks in a cool new ship that Rick Stobart designed. You know, who did the Nova a few years earlier.
Okay. Oh, that's ringing a bell. It's shaking something loose, I think.
Vamping! Woo! Improv.
The Intrepid class, yes. Designed by Rick Sternbach. Articulating the cells to solve their warp space destruction of subspace shit going on. Anyway, it's an interesting ship. It can land. It's got landing legs. I wish it had the Delta Flyer, or not the Delta Flyer, the Aero Shuttle. That would have been awesome. But no, nice and compact little design. It's multi-purpose ship, to say the least, and tough. It is a tough, not so little ship. And honestly, I like the internal layout as well, with the bridge and her ready room and the conference room. And the way it's structured and to be able to see those from the outside was really great choice. And yeah, Rick put a lot of time into this one. This went through a few iterations and almost got approved in a different form. And I wish I would have, honestly. One of them I prefer a little bit better. This I like the longer nacelles. But anyway, Intrepid class, there you go. Awesome ship. It's got to be S tier, obviously, because this show is named after Voyager. Just saying.
Well, it's also just one of the best Federation designs. Does everything the Galaxy does, but sleeker. It's super well thought out because Rick was given the time to do so. The details are all faithful yet advanced. Everything's kind of at the next step forward, which just feels really nice for evolution terms. The sets are excellent, while being the same standing bones of the old sets, feeling totally new. I love the TOS vibe of wow, this thing's so advanced. The nacelles can be that small and be as powerful. Yes, like the TOS struts, advanced. Great shoulder blade, great deflector. I love the larger windows. They really add some beautiful scale, and I wish Trek continued them. And I continue my designs, but yeah, I mean, it's an S out of S, as in 10 out of 10. It's right up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the reasons. I mean, it's amazing.
Good job, Olivia, kicking us off with this one.
Which is funny because people can Bugsy, like they can, they can throw in a famous one and be like, haha, I did that one.
But they never do.
But they never do.
The obscure ones.
Yes, which is also very fun. But it is funny they could do that.
Yeah. All right, what's next? Ray Ricks, 5 pounds. USS Prometheus. The Prometheus. Yes, indeed. One of Sam's favorite ships, anyway. Message in a Ball. Fantastic episode. Got to see new Federation tech. Got to see old Federation tech flying with the new Federation tech. You got to see Alpha Quadrant stuff. We got a new doctor. And not only that, but this ship can separate into 3 autonomous units. And we get to see some really cool battle footage of it in action. It's pretty great. I like the Intrepid class. And again, designed by Rick Sternbach.
I'm glad you like the Intrepid class. This is the Prometheus class.
Did I say that? Yeah. This Prometheus class, I like this one too. Prefer the Intrepid class, honestly. I don't like the arrowhead look on this one. I prefer more of the rounded spoon-like with the Intrepid class.
Oh, like Horizon.
Sure, yeah. But yeah, this is cool. And a cool bridge as well. Plus new holographic doctor. So fantastic episode of Voyager.
Yes. No, it's fantastic. It's a extremely, it's the very last newest ship Rick ever did. So this represents the end of the Rick Sternbach line of design. This is the latest, first he ever got. The fact that everything's again faithful but newer. Of course, sleek and throwing knife was the intent. Therefore, it achieves it beautifully. There's a few details that are confusing. Blue impulse engines and a few other things like, well, that's new, but of course it's new tech. It's actually new, which is very interesting and fun to kind of pull from. The fact that it splits, some people hate. We had this debate quite recently. 3 sets of phasers at any given time at full power is more effective than 1 set of phasers at the same full power. Because they're 3 full starships. They're not 3 in 1. It's 1 that becomes 3. Yes. And once you unlock all 3 are full torpedo launchers. So again, you're tripling the amount of torpedoes you can fire at any given time. So it is 3 times more effective. And of course, these are meant to be, in a pack in theory. So if you have 3, they become 9. Imagine 9 targets all firing full yield weapons. Amazing, right? So very capable, and you know, if you're looking at like a first strike being the big important thing, then you warp in, everyone fires. The amount of damage you can do is going to be kind of extreme versus one ship firing, etc. It's not like the best design, but it's also the episode I love and the vibe, etc.
Yeah.
But I feel like it might be the very last, apart from XO1, like thought through design in modern Trek. Well, I guess old Trek at this point. So I want to give it an S because it represents the last of Rick's journey, and it fits in beautifully well. It's nice to see it's 2 appearances, well 3 as Zadi Prime. But I think it should be an S because it's great.
Oh yes, as Zadi Prime, it does make an appearance, doesn't it?
Yes, and it should have been in Picard season 3, but they didn't do it. So. Ah, well, I see, Keith.
Alrighty, next up is Matt Yarrington with $5. USS Rhode Island. I love small ships, and that it's focused on science. I only wish that Rob Bunching was able to get all his references in.
Yeah, give me an extra 2 days, eh?
Yep, there it is. Basically a redesign of the Nova class. And yeah, but I love what Rob did with it. The look of the ship, the silhouette of it's really nice. I do have the Equinox or the XL version from Eagle Moss, and I love it because it's an XL, but it's a small ship, so it's got a lot of really good detail on it. But yeah, this closing in that front bit of the primary hull, I think, was a great idea, and it just looks like a nice little ship. I like it. I approve. Rob did a good job.
Yeah, it's a really nice, it's a really elegant ship, and you could argue kind of fixes a few things from Equinox, but it does them differently. I wouldn't say it fixes anything because it loses something by losing the cutout, but it gains a sleekness by the way Rob did this and just filled in the shape. It does both. I love the additions themselves. It's all super minor things he did, but they all added up to do a really, really effective thing, like retexturing it with this clean sort of marble vibe, having Enterprise E escape pod hatches versus the other Prometheus Equinox, which were blue for some reason, but it felt different in future. Yeah, really, really top notch. That's how you do a refresh kit bash reboot, and it's certainly graceful as all hell, while being just a shovel with nacelles. I mean, it's really simple, but it's just elegant, and it's organic, and it's nice.
Yep.
But
okay, I was gonna say, does it deserve S tier?
No, because it's in 2 scenes.
Perfect.
Yeah, but I think design-wise, it's right up there. But obviously, you know, you got to take that into account a little bit as well. Now, if it appeared again in Picard, that would have been great as well. And I do include it in one of my Trek shorts because it would have been designed probably at some point in the future. So we have included it. But yeah.
So where do you want to place it?
Oh no, A. I think A is.
Yeah, I suggest that.
Yeah, I think design, style, vibe, the scene's great. I mean, taking on 2 Negvars is just crazy. Yeah, I think it's excellent. Just only a little bit. And yeah,
needed to see more of it. Yeah.
Well, finally, we've now got the official 2 commands of Harry Kim in this graph already. Huzzah, Harry Kim!
Perfect. Yay, Captain Kim.
So Stuart, there's a poll.
My fly's done up. What are you talking about?
No, it's not. The camera says it's open.
Oh.
Don't lie. You know the cameras I have.
So the poll, which show had better starship designs, DS9 or Voyager?
Yes. I think it's a very easy one there, but hey ho.
Go up.
I'm talking to you. Ho. Alright.
Hey.
Terrence, yes it does. Yeah, the Rhode Island has only changed from the top, so the bottom is identical to Equinox, which is fine. So it's got the exact same wave rider.
Nice.
Very nice.
Olivia Julius, $5.
Ooh.
The Farmer's Ford pickup truck in the 37s. First human spacecraft in the Delta Quadrant.
Who's surprised?
There is a really good YouTube video I saw on this from the Trekyards. Those people.
Oh, those fucking... Is the lawsuit going well? Because I've not been following it. Because we're suing for
I haven't heard much.
Blatant ripping off of our intellectual property.
Apparently, they're very hard to get a hold of. So.
I wonder if they're like Bill Murray, who like you have to phone them and they might pick up, or just idiots. And the accents, like, annoy me, right?
So first of all, it's not a spaceship. Second of all, this is a Ford. Third of all,
it's flying in space.
It's an F.
But it's so iconic. I had a whole YouTube video about it.
I mean, I haven't watched the entire thing, so I don't know. But I did see the thumbnail.
I think people just throw up before they finish. It's just fucking those faces and accent. Yes, Stu, I think because of technicality, it's not a Star Trek ship uniquely. It's not a spaceship uniquely. No one's piloting it, and it's designed by Americans in the 18, 19, whatever's. I think it should be an F. I'll agree with you this one time, Stuart. The F.
And it's a Ford. F for Ford.
Oh, I mean,
right?
All that reason.
Yeah.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah. Thank you, Olivia.
Thank you.
Keith Jeffrey, 1974, £5. USS Prometheus for me, when you absolutely positively have to kill everything in the Beta Quadrant.
Yeah, and I loved how you pointed out it's such an episode where they really embraced the fact that they're in the Alpha Quadrant and then the Beta Quadrant, because we see an Akira, a Nebula, a Defiant, a Derridex, like that is properly everybody. You know, the only time you'll see a Defiant that's not the Defiant, or like a Valiant named ship, but there's just two flying next to the Akira, going pew 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 pew.
Yes.
As they're meant to be used in pair, in more than one. Because Defiant isn't a single standalone warship; it's a fleet ship.
Yes, fleet ship.
Very nice.
By the way, guys, we have 33 people here and 16 likes. We can do better than that. We're better than that. That's not even half the amount of likes for the amount of people. So hit the like button. Show your support for the channel.
Like
we appreciate
Spike.
it.
Like Spike, do it.
Hashtag like Spike. Haven't done that for a while. Yeah. Ray Ricks, £5. The Anorax Dreadnought. Yes, this one. There we go. Otherwise known as a time ship. This is a very unique design for sure. I don't know what it invokes in me as far as what it resembles. Almost seems like a kitchen appliance of sorts, like a mixer or something. But
a reverse whisk.
There you go. Definitely has an interesting look. I love the glows on it. I love its purpose. I mean, it's a time manipulation ship, and the interior is pretty cool as well. The bridge is neat, and yeah, it used to great effectiveness in that episode. Those episodes. So yeah, I think it's a cool design. Did Rick design this one?
Yes.
I'm not even sure. Yeah. Okay.
Or Dan Curry.
Yeah. Somebody did. It's
Dan.
It's kind of reminiscent as well as the Species 8472 ship, but a little bit, just because of the longer kind of vibe to it. But yeah, nice big ship and used very well in those episodes. So. Sam is doing something. And we only have 17 likes. Guys, hit the like button. Let's get up to at least 20. We can do it. We're counting on you.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ships that the more I look at it, the less I agree with this statement. But I get why, at the time, people are saying, oh, it's just Babylon 5.
Oh, well, yeah.
But, like, it isn't, but...
It's not.
But I can see why, both in SD... around the same time with that aggression between the communities, I get it, right? Fine. But this is a really fun ship in all the ways. It's super different, Babylon 5. It's super simple. If you look at the design, it's just balls and some... Like, it's very, very basic, but the texturing is really nice. The glow placement's wonderful. The proportions are fun. The fact that it tells you a story of, you've got like the habitable balls, you've got the giant emitter at the front, you've got the giant engine core at the back. Like, everything tells a story while just being simple shapes. I know for a fact that the crystal in the front is a really intricate effect they did in Lightwave, and it was a lot of rendering at the time to get that sort of translucent glass look back in 1997, let's say, and it's actually a lot to render that. So that looked really excellent. Giant, although not as big as you think. Like, it is big. Obviously at direct scale, Voyager crashes into it, so you know, it is, you know, like put this as Sovereign, it'd be less big, but it's pretty damn big. And purple, rarely used, having shipped that black and platy, and it is the same texture as the Babylon 5, which is like kind of funny. So every single plate you see is just the Babylon 5 textures reused because that's what they had, and this was similar. Iconic wise, this is one of the top iconics. Might be biased towards liking Year of Hell, but it's also just one of the best time travel episodes as well, for like reset wise. Sets, good. Paint the picture, but I can't necessarily even visualize the space too much of the main bridge. It's good, but I don't necessarily know the space.
It's very dark.
Yeah, dark and moody, and sort of it fits, but there's never like wides. So what do you think? Because we've said nice things, but what do you think?
I think a C.
Okay. So I didn't know if you're going to throw an S out to do a curveball.
Nope. It's okay. I should caveat that by saying it is one of the more memorable Voyager ships. You mentioned the time ship, and people know what you're talking about. For Ray Ricks to phrase it as Anorak's Dreadnought annoyed me. It's the time ship, man.
I would say no lower than a B because it's one of those graciously simple yet iconic ships that is epic
and memorable.
Yes,
that's where I was going with the whole. We should probably bump it up because it was memorable enough that everybody knows it.
Excellent.
So I was going to say B. I was getting there.
Okay.
But
Love
I just
it.
talk a lot, so, and that's fine.
We have fun here. Yes.
Do we?
What?
I mean, some of us might.
You all do. That's why you're here. Hi.
Hopefully.
Hi.
All right.
And there's so many good. I mean, guys, do put in the obscure ones because I will look at obscure ones.
Well, we always do, whether we want to or not. Schmo Buddy, $5. Robot ships episode prototype. The Borg's less than capable cousin-in-laws. B'Elanna is a builder.
Fair.
Which one is that?
It's the Prey-Law one, Stuart.
I don't know which one that is. So throw it in.
The next one. The grey one. The grey blocky one. You know the Prey-Laws. Yeah, that one.
This looks like it's out of Stargate, man.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I know I'm not.
I knew you were going to say that.
Did you?
Yep. I had a vision. So what do you think about the Prey-Law? Which, of course, Eaglemoss made these, their last ships, because there is no CG model. They're some of the last miniatures, I suppose, ever made. And therefore no digital version. And they sold it as an exclusive, and they recolored it gold to the other one. Well, there was two fighting because they're identical factions of robots. One a gold, one a silver.
Okay.
It's those guys.
I remember the robots. I don't remember the ship. So
yeah,
I don't know what that says.
Not in it a ton, although they're quite unusual for what that's worth. Your thought on the design?
I don't like it.
Oh.
I mean, not that starships are supposed to be sleek necessarily, because there's no aerodynamics needed, but this just doesn't tickle me in all the right places, if you know what I'm saying. It's just kind of...
There's no Elmo next to you tickling you.
No, there's not.
Damn.
I'm just not a fan of the design. It's odd. I don't know if robots would necessarily design something like this. I think they'd be more
I think
logical.
they killed their creators and stole these ships. I think.
Probably, yeah.
So I kind of like this ship because it's so different. And you're right, it is kind of Stargatey. It's kind of big shape with whatever. And it doesn't, like I said, not aerodynamic. I like that. It's a big hulking city in space. And I like the fact that in the episode it just fires weapons. It's just like you can imagine just covered in turrets and such. Well, the Eaglemoss was terribly disappointing because it was a tiny model. I'd still say a D though.
Okay.
So, you know. Well, it's miniatures. It was a nice texture because it was a real thing.
Fair enough. Tangerine Star 26, member for 50 months. Woo, the rank of ensign. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, sorry for not being around. Work has been nuts.
We hope to see you again soon / be here. all the time.
Yes.
Just keep us on the background all the time. Just you know.
Go watch all our videos from the beginning. That should last you a year.
So you're free again, yeah.
But good to see you. Glad you're back.
Thank you.
Ray Ricks, 5 pounds, Borg Tactical Cube. Bum, bum, bum. The epitome of Borg design.
Yep.
Yeah. Armored, large, and in charge. I love how it kind of looks like it's like welded together. Like the plates, the armor plates on the side are like. It just looks like strapping, metal strapping that you get around like shipment or a pallet of something. I think it's cool and very intimidating and imposing. It's like, let's cover up all the vital parts with this armor. I don't know. I think it's awesome. The best of the Borg cubes, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's got so much character while just being stuff shoved on a Borg cube. But it has all the character. And it absolutely speaks the evolving mindset of the Borg from early TNG into Voyager, when they fight us and they get this different independent drones come in and possibly give some independence to the collective and the vibe by having an 8472. This is probably a response to them, right? In the sense that our Borg ships are getting blown up really, really easily. How do we maybe do that? Well, let's armor with incredibly advanced armor, which we assume would be. I mean, also the scale of the ship, that armor is going to be miles, possibly thick, right? It's thick armor, or at least very, very, very big. I'd love to know more what it could do. You have that slight power creep where, if Voyager can stand toe to toe, it then we can a normal cube. Clearly isn't, but whatever. And in fact, the canonical version of this model, as you know, was smaller than the Borg cube. So technically that's the size it is, and all the lights are based on that. So when they did the shot where Voyager flies over it, they just put two next to each other to try and do the shot because the ship wasn't big enough to do that shot. So they just doubled it. Because
really?
the lights were all broken if you scale it up. It's a whole faff, right? So there, just put two. So that shot's impossible. I know, because I looked at it. Yeah, great. I love it. And I love the fact there's these little big cannons on the edges. No, this is really fun. It works for me. So I would give this either a B or an A.
It's A worthy.
Yeah,
sure.
I just think it's really cool in a kind of a cool way that doesn't feel very Borgy, but sometimes you need to fight things.
I mean, the Borg evolved too, so I
True.
kind of like that it's showing that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I wouldn't ever want to face it ever.
Ever.
Ooh.
Okay, perfect. No, on Small Body, $5. But more patrol ships. Episode Raven, Memorable
Bomar.
Aliens.
Yes.
Oh, Bomar. The Raven, memorable aliens simply due to absurdity.
I believe they're in the silver jumpsuit with a little green visor. I believe. Bomar.
Yeah, which ship is that? Is that green one up there?
Yeah, try and keep them next. Yes.
Well, there's everywhere, so I don't know.
Not that one. That's the hologram one.
Yeah.
Bowmaster. Come on. You've seen Voyager.
I mean, yeah, it's been a while. We need to rewatch it for sure.
The Bowmaster.
Don't remember this one. I thought this was like a shuttle. So.
Yeah, it is scaled oddly. I will say that. No, I'm looking at a picture. They are. Voyager's B deck in deck. Yeah. Let's say 3 decks. So that's not a cockpit. It's bigger than that. And the back has some cool glows that we can't see from this angle. Yeah.
That doesn't come across at all. It looks like a shuttle. Let's be honest. I can't say as I remember the episode, but perfect.
But what do you think about the design?
As a shuttle, it's pretty cool.
Mm.
For a larger ship, I don't understand because why the glass there? Also, no windows to show scaling.
Well, Protostar, why the giant window? Sometimes windows just be windowing.
Yeah, but that's scale appropriate.
Oh, it is.
This is not. It's okay design. For a shuttle, it's pretty cool. I'll say that.
Well, yes. Yeah, I like it well enough. It's one of those very simple, we have, a couple of days to do something. I like the texture. I think the texture is pretty consistent with the kind of line plate detailing and the blue and the green's fun. So I believe these are the ones that are chasing Seven's ship. And so I remember thinking, oh, it's interesting they've got green with the green of the Borg. I'm sure that's sort of intentional. But I do think it's not interesting compared to everything in D. And interesting, of course, is that line of interesting. So I will go F because I just think it's not interesting enough.
Cool. As far as the shuttle goes, it's pretty cool.
Yes. You wound me, sir.
Why? You didn't design it.
It's just not a shuttle, and you're saying that to piss me off.
I'm not, because it looks like a goddamn shuttle. Everyone will agree with me.
Bomar. Next. But
Olivia.
although what a board right now. That is incredibly...
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Olivia with $2. The USS Challenger.
Bloop.
Great. Galaxy class. Great captain, too.
Great captain. Great cameo captain.
Now, did this have the modifications on the top of the nacelles? I believe it did.
No.
No?
No, this was the ILM Enterprise D model they modified. But this is the only Galaxy class with a registry on the bottom of the saucer, which Rob did and is not going to be there. So it's the only version with that. In that way, anyway.
Interesting.
Otherwise, you couldn't see the name of the ship. But I will say, it looks gorgeous in the episode.
It does. Yeah.
It's really well lit. The light rig's great. They really refined this model throughout the years. Every time they use it, it looks amazing here. I love every scene it's in because it's like, oh, it's a galaxy. It feels like a galaxy. So I think it's really, really good in it. And of course, Geordie's in his, side office because they've got a bridge set. And it, kills our heroes. Well, no, technically they self-destruct, but they lead to the death of our heroes. So yeah, it's pretty impactful.
I want to give it an S just because it's a Galaxy class.
That's called nepotism, that is. A for sanity.
Okay.
So it does look very nice in this episode. I always remember there's an edit where we lose as our heroes, and it hard cuts to, as in from commercial, to the Galaxy class flying by. It's like, oh, there's Enterprise D shot. Yeah, like it feels really nice in the episode. Yeah.
Cool. Mark Lawrence, $5. Still in Mexico, but had to chime in. Thank you, Mark. Voss City ship had some crazy tech, but should expect that with an extra 65 million years of spacefaring.
Yeah, that's fair. They love extra.
Dinosaurs are pretty clever, I'm just saying.
Should have come back.
They should have, yeah.
And the makeup was, obviously Westmore did it, but really, really good makeup on those guys.
Yeah, that story was incredible. And yeah, the ship was a beast. Designed to be OP, I think. It doesn't come across that way looking at it necessarily. But again, it kind of gives off a little bit of Babylon 5 type deals.
I would agree with that. I'm not sure why.
I don't know either.
I think the organicness is not very Voyager-like.
Maybe.
And there's a lot more curved geometry, because obviously Voyager was a certain level of... because in Babylon 5, the 3D models couldn't have many polygons, but they could have textures. So they made some, to the point where you could curve it and then have plates. Whereas Voyager could have more detailing, so they did more greeblies, which then unfortunately are very rough and squared. This is far more Babylon 5 in how it's done, because it's just so big. Like, every greebly here is the size of a city skyscraper, right? So you can't really have...
Yeah.
So that's why it works. It's unthinkably big. And I think we've done a couple of renders of it in the past where it's like, oh, that's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, it's a simple design, but I mean, it works. And it's another one of those memorable ships. You mentioned the Voss City ship. Everybody knows basically what it's about. So it's a very memorable Voyager ship, right up there with
Hey, Han.
the time ship. So
Can I throw a little curveball / spanner?
you always do.
I don't remember it from the episode.
I don't either.
We say it's memorable, but only from Eagle Moss and from us being always talking about it. I have no memory of it flying in space. I remember I remember the big bay inside, the beam inside is great.
I remember. Yeah,
I remember the sets and the edits. I do not remember any shots of the exterior. I think there are very few. So it's not memorable at all from my memory, which is ridiculous. I also don't like the design that much. I get it, but I don't love it. So I would say C at best, personally. Personally. I think it's nowhere near as cool as the Krenim. Like, nowhere near. Personal preference.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I don't really recall any shots of it.
There might be a shot I remember where it like fills up the frame, like you don't see the back end because it's that big. But I think it comes out to see Voyager. Like you never get. Yeah. Anyway. Do you disagree? If you do, you can bump it up if you want because you guys have to. Oh, and wow, one for every rank. That does not always happen. Nice.
And Olivia says the Dinosaur City Generation ship.
I'm going to give it a C, Stuart. No other explanation needed.
Yep. Chris Parnell, 5 pounds. Devore Imperium warship. One of our first episodes was on this.
Because it's different and no one did it. And that is a new... I mean, it's a decade old. That's a new render by Brian McDougall, who built the model and rendered it. So it's one they're like, wow, he did a fresh model render. So, yeah.
Interesting configuration, I gotta say, and I really do appreciate the texture of the ship as well as the awkwardness of it. It seems a little bit weird. It has very much like a stealth kind of visual with the black.
Oh yeah.
I remember when we first started talking about it for that episode forever ago.
10 years, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely struck me as something like U.S. military stealth tech. Right, and I think that kind of fits with the Devore kind of weirdness, or at least their approach to things. Right, so yeah, it's a cool looking design for sure. It almost feels like it should be going the other way because I think the configuration kind of says that, but the fact that it's not going that way is interesting. It kind of bucks the trend a little bit. So yeah,
exactly. This is a really It's used in the episode a bit, but it's so dark and it always fills the frame that you never got real sense of it. So I was very proud when we did our content to kind of see it a bit more fresh. Yeah, really odd, really unique, no kit bashing, could easily fly either way and look great. There are like, because I've looked at the model, I believe, since, and like I like those two side pods. They kind of remind me now, thinking about it, of the Engineer from Prometheus, that kind of like big open holes.
Oh, yeah.
Like a little something kind of vaguely like that. They could be hangers, but they're actually like weeblies in there. There's also a hanger, I believe, on the bottom that you don't really see, but it's there because it was not knowing what angles. I love the little domes. Roger's cloned. Oh, yeah, it's great. I think it's a really original, quite well thought out looking design.
Mm-hmm. Definitely unique.
Score though.
I want to give it a B for its kind of unique take, because it's not often you see black ships in Star Trek and black on black. It's hard to get across, but it works. So
I would say low B. So I think the Krenim is much better, but this I prefer to the Voth.
Okay.
Endeavour, yes, we are.
What? You're what? You're what?
We found Bone on 5s. Bone on 5? Yes.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
What?
I've
Yes,
heard of Babylon 1 through 3.
What about 4?
No, haven't. No, didn't get that far.
Oh. Yeah, I like that one. Be weird to animate with because it just doesn't really fly properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ray Rex 5 pounds. The ship that moved backwards in STO. The Bentham Assault Cruiser.
Yes. Oh,
You'll have to help me out here with this one.
So it's the only Star Trek Online render, if that helps. If you can tell which engine that is. Where's the?
Is it hidden or something else?
Let's have a look. I hate this always takes a second to refresh every time we go off the tab and come back on.
It just annoys me.
Maybe it's because we have like 18,000 pictures, possibly, but. Oh. It's the one with the glowies and the or did it not go through? Oh, it might not have gone through.
Yeah, because it's looking for something STO.
I believe this is a ship that Mini Q found when they stole the Delta Flyer. I think. Can't hear.
I didn't say anything. That's why you couldn't hear me. I don't remember the ship.
Yeah,
I like the blue, like the blue glowy bits on the bottom, though.
Oh yeah, that's right. Ha! Remembered it. Yeah, it's got these cool glows. It's kind of a fun alien who's actually Q. Oh yeah, I mean it's weird and sci-fi and weird and alien.
Okay, well, I want to give it an F. I like the design, but I don't remember it at all. So
yeah,
that's not saying much. But
yeah, there are a lot. Put this way, there are a lot better Voyager ships.
Yes,
and we are voting. It's a combination. Obviously, as you know, guys, it's not just how cool the design is; it's how it is in Voyager. So yes, I think F is fair for a, unfortunately, unmemorable. And I still have the episode. Then I think it would stand up, but yeah.
Perfect. Eric Martin, $5. Good to see Eric. Sam will love it, and Cap will hate it. USS Prometheus. It's already got an S.
Well, I love it, Stuart. I'm going to give it an S. Now, I want to point out, you could all be cheeky buggers and put the Prometheus's 3 sub-parts.
Oh, yeah.
Because they are all entire different designs, and you can cast more starships. I'm just saying.
Why do you say I would hate it, Eric? Because Sam loves it? Not the biggest fan of the Prometheus. Like I talked about with it, it's a little too pointy for me. But that's a really odd thing to say. I know where you live, man.
I know where you live.
That's the even scarier thing.
Deborah was right, yeah. Actually.
But he said you'd love it, so he's not afraid that you know where he lives. You'll give him candy and send him nice things. Anyway.
Quiche!
Schmo Buddy. Yes. Schmo Buddy, $5. USS Raven, episode Dark Frontier. Kind of like an evolution of Antares class, blocky, functional, and different.
Oh, I don't know if I'd agree in evolution of Antares class. And great render by Rob Bonchun here. He really made a one-use 1995 model look really excellent, as he often does.
I love the design of this thing. I don't mind the blockiness at all. We've seen them in lower decks as well. Yeah. And I like the interior. I like the layout. I love its kind of relationship to the runabout as far as looks go. Yeah. Just like a bigger, take a runabout and just make it bigger, and then change it to, just enough. But it definitely feels like it's part of the same fleet of ships. So, no, I think it's one of my favorites, honestly, from Voyager. But I also like the Sydney class and stuff too. I kind of like the odd ships, but something about this one really speaks to me.
You're a sucker for this kind of thing.
Sure. I do like the interiors as well. Like I said, the kind of bridge area, but not bridge. It's kind of it feels very comfortable to be in, I think. So, yeah, I like it.
This fortunately and unfortunately is a giant brick, but it's a damn well designed brick.
Yes.
So it's not interesting, but it's the best it can kind of be. In terms of what it's trying to do.
It's funny too. The front section, if you cut that off, reminds me of one of the Enterprise shuttle pods, because the bump on top and stuff, and just kind of the shape of the side, kind of like a bullet almost. It's got it. I don't know, and I don't like the Enterprise shuttle pods.
Oh, NX-01. I thought I meant D.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I meant NX-01. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I said shuttle pod and not.
There's a shuttle pod in TNG.
Anyway, you know what I'm talking about, though.
Yes,
you can see that.
That's why the glazed face was there until I got it.
Yeah.
No, I think this is a really good design. It's funny because it was designed to be a wreck and then designed from that to be a real ship. So it's a wonderfully, pre-designed thing. Yeah, I think the bridge is great. It's a really fun, simple design. It's very effective. Lovely carpet. And what I think nice about this one is it is the most simple thing in the world, but I fully understand it. Although the bridge windows aren't the bridge, because there's no bridge windows. I love the fact that you've got a hatch, which instantly gives you the scale. Love it. The nacelles are super original. I mean, properly original design. They didn't have to do that, and they're really nice. They're both old but sleek, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but I love it. The fact the bottom, we rarely see it, has giant cargo doors is also fun. So similarly, you can picture it sort of goes and puts these little cranes down and grabs stuff.
Yeah.
Super cool, right? Really simple. Definitely is a big, carrier. But you need civilian ships really well, and this works super well. I'm excited to do it at some point in Trek Shorts to kind of show it off, because it's a nice, fun ship. And my god, when it gets a ball cube, kind of crazy.
Yeah. Devo 77X says it best. It's kind of like an RV in space, and I'm not talking about Eagle 5 from Spaceballs.
No,
it's exactly what it is, and it's great.
My gut is a strong B, because it's not detailed enough necessarily to be A, because A is another level, and it's definitely not S because it's not hero enough. That's my gut.
I want to give it an A, but
okay.
B's fine. B's fine. I get what you're saying. I really do.
Yeah. But
for me, it's one of my favorites of Voyager. So.
Yeah, it's only in like 6 shots in all of Voyager. It's kind of I'm pulling from slightly the how much is in it.
Yeah.
I mean, so is Rhode Island, but also brings with like Captain Kim and Sexier. If it was to bump that, I would not be annoyed. Okay, so write that line for me.
Yeah. Ray Ricks, 5 pounds. The Relativity. Time ship. I mean, what else can you say? I love the coloring on it. That beetle-like kind of iridescent texture,
which is complicated as hell because it's weird and fun and surreal. Yeah.
Yeah. The front almost, like I said, it feels very beetle-like. It feels like a beetle beak that goes, turns into like the black coloration.
Yep.
The interior is great. The shape is amazing. It's the next evolution of starship design.
It's the J of relativity.
Yeah.
Because it's actually relatively J in the episode.
Yeah.
You just can't read it because
the Wells class.
Yeah. What a fun detail. No, it's super. I mean, it is kind of the absolutely impossible task. Hey Rick, design an 800 future time ship that's still Federation Starfleet. Is that?
Yeah.
What? Now, luckily, they already had the Delta and the Aeon from previous episodes, so they had some semblance, and this definitely feels like both of those things. The pointiness of the Delta and the wingness of the ship. Very, very well done for Rick for keeping it all consistent. Yeah, the paint scheme really sets it off. If this has just been grey, it would feel right, but the pearlescence, the reflective, it gives it a sort of sci-fi feel. The fact that you can absolutely pinpoint every design cue from a Trek ship on it, where the warp coils are, the impulse engines, the phasers, I think there are escape pods somewhere, the warp, everything's still kind of there, even the Bassard back but not lit, like everything's kind of there but entirely new. And then you can add other things, what things might be from context clues, etc. Really, really fun. And it's the kind of ship that in the episode it implies that they never go anywhere, they just open a time breach and then do stuff through it, because it doesn't need to physically go there, it can just beam and whatever. Yeah, and one of those powerful ships in Trek, because it's a full-fledged time ship, and not just that, but possibly half a century into time ships, right? It's not new, it's not the first of its class, it's just, like a 57th time. It was all good.
Yeah. Like I said, I do like the interiors, like the color. I like
The bridge is great.
Everything about it. The layout, the new L cars.
Beautiful. T-cars.
Yeah, T cars. A lot of stuff was done for this, and I think that ramps its appreciation up for me. So
also for the first time, they wanted to show advancement, so obviously, so they put two TV monitor things together to make a double L-cast the view screen, so it felt extra wide because that was unusual, and it was the first one, I believe, if this is before Hope and Fear, one of them where it has curved L-cars too, which is kind of unusual. Before Picard did it, because it has curved L-cars. And I love the fact that the bridge feels like an office space more than a bridge. It's not like a central chair. It really works. I mean, if the most important thing is to beam into the past, that's obviously right off the bridge. Love it. Really, really cool. Oh, those.
Yeah.
Where's your cut?
At least an A. At least an A.
I think A is good. Yeah.
I was even considering S for it, but...
But things, if you include the uniform, the L-cars, and the sets, and the storyline, that's S. But is that all ship-based, though?
No.
No.
To be fair, the uniforms are kind of crap, but...
Shut your mouth.
I mean, the uniforms aren't bad. It's the Delta I can't stand, that sideways fucking thing.
I love that fabric from the chair fabric, sofa fabric. It's great.
The fabric's not bad. I mean... Cool. Like I said, the uniform isn't the worst part. It's the Delta for me. But that's okay.
What do you guys think? Boy, if this had been Discovery in the 32nd century, we're in the best ship by a mile.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Complete with a certain time agent that was actually in card.
Boy, if as we had joked, we had total confidence in them, entirely misplaced in that regard. Boy, if they'd suddenly beamed the recreation of the relativity set and this thing come out, it's like, oh my god! Yep.
Yes. Okay. Next up, Sean O'Sullivan, €2 or 2. Is it euros? Yes, it is. Voyager, Living Witness variant, like Samuel, the best. So the warship Voyager. There it is.
It's the one that's like Voyager, Stuart.
It was teeny. Tiny. Good extrapolation of what Voyager could have been if you wanted it to be a warship, I guess. I mean, it's just Voyager with a bunch of shit slapped onto it, but it works. It tells the story of what they were trying to convey, so yeah. It's not the best design, though. Gotta say, everything just literally looks like a really bad kit bash. Just slapping shit on a model and hoping for the best.
Tell us what you really think. Wow. Well, what I like about this is that it changes the vibe so radically while doing very little. That's an effective thing. Also, it's fun that I believe it fires in the episode. I'm pretty sure it fires one shot.
I think it does.
I think it does. So we see, because I've got a visual in my head. If you look carefully in this render, the front bit's like, I assume that's going to be like a Galaxy X style cannon. You've got other phaser lances and mega phasers around it. But also, if you look at the side mounted phaser turrets, there's actually normal phaser strips on the giant phasers. So every weapons platform added has front forward phasers and normal phasers around it. So it actually has like 15, 20 fire arcs on everything, which is it's crazy.
It's a bit busy though. Like I said, it seems like there's slap shit on.
I mean, it's there to kill you with great haste. So just 95 phasers.
I can imagine this is what the Doomsday Machine looked like before all the external weaponry was flaked off over the centuries.
What do you guys think?
For me, yeah, I was gonna say, for me, this is probably a C, just because
creativity.
Yeah,
because I mean, they designed all the different elements, right? The fact there's like, 4 different gun variants, like it implies so many things actually without telling us anything.
Hans Pritchard, you're absolutely correct. Guys who are old, do you remember in Knight Rider when they had Super Pursuit mode? This is the same thing. A sleek design made ugly. Yeah, Super Pursuit mode was fucking stupid. Had a thing pop up at the back of the car. These little vents pop out the sides. The front bumper slid forward, and it looked like trash. That's exactly what they did to Voyager here. Yes, 100% agree with you. Hated Super Pursuit mode.
Tell us how you really feel.
I disliked it quite a bit. Matt Yarrington, $5. Raven type starship. Cool to see a practical, functional starship in contrast to the sexy cutting edge flagships. If only it had line of sight. Doesn't need fucking line of sight. I hope that was just a. I hope you're not serious. That's all I can say. Line of sight rule was. We've talked about this. I don't want to get into it. A lot of ships don't have line of sight at this point, so who gives a shit?
Look. It made sense at the time, and I like if you can try and keep that as part of the aesthetic, but it's not mandatory. That is how I feel. I'm going to give Raven a B without even talking about it, except we did a while ago.
Yes. Ray Ricks, £5. The Delta Flyer.
This is a render with an interior, because I made the interior for one episode. So there, you can see Paris on the inside.
Does your interior fit inside the ship?
So,
Theirs didn't.
You mean the shuttle in the bay, right?
Yeah, the whole thing, the whole interior of that ship.
Oh, well, the cockpit might, but the other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the thing's squished that way, I believe. It's a model of the interior. It's a great looking little interior. They did a really good job. If I recall correctly, when they built the interior, it's when the ship gets exploded and it goes like, so that you see it crack and you see the entire interior. I believe it's also seen it's crashed once and like something like the shattered. I don't know. But yeah, fun interior.
And cool ship. I love
Beautiful.
that Tom Paris designed it. It's got a lot of room inside.
Yeah, and escape pods somehow.
Borg tech, as well as micro torpedoes. I love the retro styling, or the kind of interesting styling of that front window.
Although, how can you tell there's Borg tech on it?
Well, it's just there's green glowy bits.
Oh, the green glow! Yes, it's very Borgy. The visual cue is green glows.
I just remember when they were designing it. He wanted to have fins, which would have been cool. The fins would have been a nice look.
Yeah.
That almost feels like it was like a reference to John Eves. I want to give it fins. It's like, yes, John, we know.
He's busy working on the movies, adding fins to bloody B.
Yeah. No, I think the Delta Flyer is great. And yes, I think it was incorporated into the standard shuttle rotation after Voyager got back. I think they built more of them, because somebody asked that earlier in the chat. But yeah, I think it's a cool design. It definitely looks sleek. Definitely looks like it can kick some ass and go fast. That's all you want from a shuttle.
Would approve.
Yeah. And does it have movable flap things on the side?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that slide out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very annoying to animate, because they don't go flat. You gotta create a null so they can go straight and then move the nulls so they go diagonal.
Nice.
It's the whole thing. I did it for a Voyager film that's coming out at some point. It was annoying, because also you don't realise that you've not just got to make the fins move, you've got to put stuff inside the fins, because of course it's like, oh, for goodness sake. No, it's great. It's beautiful, and we've talked about many a time. It's Rob Wonshun who built it. He said, I'm going to take Rick Sternbach's great sketches and do it one for one. And it is one for one perfect. And because it's a hero ship, it's really high detail. It's a shuttle, it's really high detail. It's sleek but not undetailed. It's got lovely details, like the cockpit window is really creative for no particular reason. The cutouts feel nice. It's got decent amount of phaser strips. The facades are cool. The engine grills are annoying. The ridiculously small deflector, I would have made that probably bigger, but it's fine. It's advanced. It does a ramp at the back. Not you ever see it. As a step ladder. And version 2, of course, has the fins at the side, and it goes faster. For one episode, pretty much.
Delta Flyer 2.
Literally, and even they change paint.
The
now,
sequel.
yeah, the race version. Now, I will just say, though, if the Basards were not red, would it be a Star Trek ship? I don't think it'd be recognised as a Federation ship.
Changing the entire paint scheme, it wouldn't necessarily invoke that, no.
Even pinstriping, apart from that's just a grey ship, I think it's so devoid of the normal aesthetic. But if you know the pieces... Well, it's too sleek, right? It isn't like any of the other shuttles. Basically no nacelles. But that's the charm. It's a really, designed for specific things.
I do love the cockpit as well. I love the more retro, tactile controls. But that's a Tom Paris thing. And yeah, you're right about the front window. I always thought that was an interesting choice. I didn't know why. It's like they found this old, really awesome antique door. Let's build a starship around this. I'm going to use this as the main window.
It's the perfect curve.
Exactly.
I can kind of guess possibly that if you look at the way it's framed, that the bottom rung Paris can see through. The right-hand one, Tuvok's raised, and he can see through that bit. And there's another person that maybe each one represents the visual space through. They have to have the girderiness to kind of keep it all together.
So here's what you do. Just make it a clear window.
They couldn't. It's too advanced. Well, no, in fairness, it was designed to go through a bloody massive pressure storms. So they probably thought we have to add some girders. Then not
reinforcement. I like it.
It's an S.
It is an S.
No, it gets super loads of screen time, super well developed, absolutely glorious, and it is one of the best models they ever made. 3D models. It's fantastic.
It was so great that even after it got destroyed, they just made a new one and called it the Delta Flyer 2.
And barely talked about it.
Yep.
It's like, oh, I got a second one. Yeah, one of the absolute best. And I wish someone out there would make a fan film and say, hey, Sam, would you make CG for it? Because I have a great fan model. It looks lovely. Someone have me do it. No, okay. I'm waiting.
No, Sam. Schmobody, $5. Night Aliens episode, or Night Aliens ship episode night. The first Void episode.
Yes. The first Void? There's more than Void? What?
I don't.
Thoughts?
It's alright. Again, it doesn't feel like a large ship to me.
I don't think it is. Well, I think it's a tall ship, but not a big ship.
It invokes dolphin because it's designed by dolphins. This doesn't look like a dolphin, bottlenose dolphin. It's standing on its nose. It also looks like a weapon. Looks like a handheld weapon.
Oh yeah, I think there is a weapon that basically looks like this.
Yeah, not a big fan, honestly. The smooth texturing is interesting, but I mean the glows. I like the glows, but in the Void you need to be able to see the goddamn thing, so of course we're going to add glows to it.
Yes.
It's all right.
It's not meant to be lit this bright. It's meant to be lit in no light.
Yeah, exactly. Not my favorite.
I think it's original, even though it looks like a hand weapon. I love how organic it is. The glows are great, and I remember liking it from the episode. I sort of knew what it looked like, but I appreciate being able to see it properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it, and I think this would definitely... Well, I suppose if you didn't know it was a spaceship, you could think it was like a wall ornament or something. It's kind of a shape. So it's very Babylon 5 in that regard, but not quite the texturing.
I'll give it a D.
Yes.
Yeah.
It hasn't... I like it, and I would like to do a fan film with it. Like, it'd be interesting to give it some life, because it has such a, curvy sort of motion like an animal. But, yeah, it doesn't have all the win yet.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Ray Ricks, £5. The Kazon Raider.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we saw it on screen enough.
Mm-hmm. That's the Kazon battleship.
There it is. All right. It still wasn't on my... There we go. Thought I grabbed the right one, but...
Your thoughts?
It's an interesting look, honestly. I do like the big, goatee, beard it's got. and it feels more primitive because of the fins and stuff on the side, but it's a nice look. It's a nice profile, interesting coloration as well. I don't mind the ship, honestly. The Kazon are crap, but I don't mind the ship so much. That's where I stand with it. There's not much else to say about it, honestly. I don't remember the interiors.
They're just kind of rooms, if I recall. They weren't particularly original in that regard.
Like, I can picture some scenes that happen on like the bridge and stuff, but I can't picture the bridge necessarily. I'm just picturing the Kazons in there.
But no, as a ship-wise, I think it's a really interesting design. We looked at it relatively recently. Yeah. It was, again, built as miniature, so this is a shot of miniature. Really nice miniature, great lighting. I like the glows, I like the fins, I like the fact that it does land on this giant piece and then other things come down to help it land. It's small, although as we know from episodes, it's 3 sizes, because they couldn't be asked to... I mean, it is a bird of prey, that's kind of the fun, it's the bird of prey of the fleet. So there's a fighter version, a medium version, like a slightly bigger version, so it's all the sizes. Of course, Trabe originally, stolen and mass murdered equaled this ship. And yeah, I mean, cool shapes. It doesn't give you much, but a lot of little thought went in to make a relatively simple design have a bit of interesting flair. I would think I'd give this a B. I think it actually.
That's what I was thinking. Yep.
It's a fun, interesting shapes that's still quite simple. Yeah. And even without the blade, it'd work quite well. I think less interesting, but it would still be a nicely detailed piece.
Yeah, I really appreciate the blade on the front though. Yeah. Like, it just adds to it. If it wasn't there, I thought it would be way less way less encouraged to give it a B. Schmobuddy, $5. Talaxian fighter ship.
Yes.
Homestead. Mm-hmm. Basics, negative space works, pointy wings.
Yes. There's a clean render of it.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Feels a lot like the Bajoran, but not. It is an original design.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Feels very much like a Bajoran ship. Actually, like Bajoran ship and the Cylon Raider had a baby. The wings definitely look like a Cylon Raider. It's almost like they took the model, like the AMT model kit. No, it's a cool looking design, but it just says Bajoran to me.
Well, it's the front. It's the front module. It's just. Yeah. No, it's pleasant. It's a clean CG model. It's season 7, so it's one of the best they did in terms of like cleanness. Not big, not impressive, but a nice sort of not dull set of shapes. I'd give it a low C, because I think it's more original than it could be. So I think D Nightingale is not original. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a low C. I think it just ticks in. And I did like from the episode. I remember thinking, "Wow, we get to see Talaxian ships doing something." Like, wow, it was a fun thing to see. But a low C. I think D's a little mean. Yeah. Rated a funny. I gotta find that one.
Schmobuddy, $5. Monian research vessel, episode 30 days. Are those starships or submarines?
Yes.
Yes. This is the one where Paris gets demoted.
Uh-huh.
This feels so like it should be in TSV. Sequest TSV. But that works because, are they submarines or are they spaceships?
Yes.
It's got the sleek texture of a submarine, something that can go through water.
It does, yeah, actually. Yeah, I thought that.
It works. It's reminding me of something else here. I don't know what it is, though.
Yeah, there's a similar Voyager-ish ship.
Actually, it looks like the Relativity a little bit.
Huh. Yeah, you could fool me if you texture it again, like Relativity C, versus the J.
Just another
or
time
G.
ship.
Oh, it's supposed to be G. It's not J. It's G.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool, actually. But very good question. Is it a submarine or is it a spaceship?
Why not both? Yeah. I mean, if you live in a space water tank, then
Its features in the aquatic. That's fine.
But I mean, yeah, it's not even that silly an idea. No, I like this one. It is elegant. It is sleek. It does look better, I think, it's in motion, because you get to appreciate the sleek of the back, which is obviously lost in this shot, the single frame. But it's cool, and if you I don't know if you'd say out the gate, oh, it's clearly a aquatic ship, but I think once you know it, like, oh yeah, I get all the design cues. I get it.
Well, the way they textured it has the appearance of a dolphin again, and it's got that kind of bottlenose dolphin front end. I mean, I think that's what they were trying to invoke with it, so it works.
It's not my favorite design, but it's trying to do sleek, gentle, right?
Yeah.
Your thoughts? Yeah. Again, I think a low C. I think you've had a few more details. I think that's kind of laying it down a little bit for me.
It also doesn't look like a very big ship, and I don't think it's supposed to be.
No, well, it chases out the flyer, doesn't it? So it is.
Yeah.
It ain't very big. I mean, good shout though. So it's a really good episode and great CG. The whole episode's really, really ambitious for the time. You know, everything underwater is a hard thing to do.
And it's a good episode.
Yeah.
Ray Rex, Klingon D7 battlecruiser. All right, well, here it is, coming in. This was great to see in Voyager, if I'm honest.
Not a Katinga, a D7.
Yep. I think it was used fairly well in the episode as well. I mean, you don't really see it much, but I like the premise of the idea of the Klingons in the Delta Quadrant.
Took 100 years, as it would.
To bring back a D7 is amazing, because everything gets Katinga'd, unfortunately. So. Yeah.
Which, of course, Ridge Heads. So it kind of tells you that at some point there was D7 service, and they were these Klingons. I think when I did a very, very large Klingon breakdown for like season 2 of Discovery, I gave a very... Oh, it was the Stranger Worlds episode where you saw a flashback and they had ridges. And I did a very precise timeline of what Klingons when, which showed these count. These are D7 Klingons from this era, and they have all the same ridges. Yeah, it's great, and it's a really fun episode, and it's the logic of, as in the initial scene. No one did, Mr. Captain. You know, we can of course detect century-old cloaking tech. It ain't hard, and of course the torpedoes are doing a little bit of damage. It's all good. It's nice. It's fun. And I guess it kind of canonizes the Bird of Prey, the Katinga Bridge variant. You know, because obviously they reuse the same set, so there you go. And it's the one that was, I assume, built for the DS9 episode and then used here, and then stolen / used / for Enterprise, which is wrong.
Yeah.
But it's got the glowing nacelles and the things. It's great.
Where would we place it? That's the question.
B, because we didn't see enough of it. And I think it would have been amazing if they actually did have, let's say for some reason that biovirus happened and the Klingon crew died, and Voyager had to pilot both a D7 and the Intrepid for like 5 episodes. You know?
Yeah.
Like B'Elanna's put as captain of the ship and she's like in a bloody staff uniform on the bridge, and you know, it could have been a really fun concept. You've got the sets, right? Could have been really, really fun, like random 2-parter. And Janeway's like, this thing is so old, it's such a problem. This is not helping us. It's got a cloak. Yeah, we can build that cloak as well. It's not useful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, actually, that's a question, Stuart. Why didn't Janeway commission a cloak device to get built? Because who the hell is going to care about the Treaty of Algernon in the Delta Quadrant?
Because it's still... She upholds the Federation ideals, even in the Delta Quadrant. That's why.
But who would have known?
Every one of her crew. And when they got rescued, or when they got back home, she would have broken the Federation.
But it should be like 102. Who cares?
She was... That's part of her character, man. Just not wanting to go against the Federation.
But I've never thought that. Have you ever thought that?
Nope.
Because
it's stupid.
Well, yes, but they have this. But they have the schematics of all the old cloaking devices of some kind. Like they absolutely have access to that tech. So it's interesting they chose not to. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have even, if this is really being technical. Oh no, the Defiant didn't exist yet. Because they could have, if they're being post-Defiant, they could have built a cloak, and then hologrammatically recreated a Romulan officer.
Oh my god.
But like not like a real program, like not influenced by our thing. So like they made decisions based on Romulan procedure. I know it sounds silly, but then at least they would have had some level of, if the Romulans say no, we don't do it. You know. Anyway.
Hit the like button, guys. We have 40 people here and 26 likes. We're still not at 30 likes yet. Come on, hit the like button.
Guys.
Let us know which ship you want us to look at from Voyager. There's still a lot to go.
Yeah, I mean, loads left to go. We've got some really ones left. It's like 3 Ks, not 3 Vidian, Vidian ships. Vaudois. Several Herodian. There's 3 Herodian. There's 2 Krenim. 2 more Krenim. But also the poll. How many votes do we have? 49 votes have voted that as well. Which show has the best starship designs? 57% say Voyager. I agree.
But he doesn't agree with the other 43% of you.
No. Next
up, we got Schmobuddy with $5. Swarm ship episode, The Swarm. A space flea, but there's thousands. I mean, yep. Pretty simple ship.
Not really meant to see it in HD up close.
No.
This was not designed that way.
No.
Well, in fairness, it's consistent. I get it. It's a beetle. And it could have been a simpler shape, as in, it might seem silly, but all the different ridges of the curve were all intentional to get a bit more of an organic feel, versus just being, you know what I mean? It could have been much simpler.
Yeah.
And I commend them. That is one of the earliest CGI episodes, and they have a lot on screen, and they interact with the Voyagers, again, full CG, so a lot of, like, it was big for the time. Like, we did a lot. So this ship had to be simple. And it is memorable. The episode, at least.
And Pritchard says it's a trilobite or something. Well, yes.
Yeah?
Yes, it is.
But... actually,
yeah, for me, it's...
Ray just said, now there's 2 different Dauntlesses I have. The original version before the studio changed it, and the final version. So if you want me to look at both, they are different. Because I have the file in front of me. Just saying, before it was changed. A little tease there. Sorry, continue.
For me, this is probably a D. Just because it doesn't... There's nothing that makes it stand out.
I could be convinced for an F, Stuart. I'm sorry. I think it could be F, because it doesn't do anything. I'm so sorry. I think it could be an F.
I didn't want to be mean, but...
I know.
All right, F.
I'm going to accept that and do it for us.
And it could have been better as a swarm ship. It could have killed the Kelvin Enterprise. Didn't.
Yeah.
Slit its throat. Anyhow.
Oh dear.
Ray Ricks wants the original, I guess.
Oh, I'm sure. Just I was giving the option. There were 2 Dauntlesses that we could show. Is that the next one?
3 Ricks, 5 pounds. The Dauntless. We're getting there.
This is the Copper Dauntless.
You talk about this ship because you love this ship. You love it. You want to marry it.
Wow. No, it's great. It is the epitome of let's design a Federation starship that has clues it's not a Federation starship. But because it's a very clever guy trying to trick the crew, it has to be entirely believably Federation. And it is. Pre-Prometheus, I think, maybe, just. No, I love it. It obviously, Horizon got a lot of inspiration from it. You can tell in the curvature of the hull. It is similar, not identical, but similar. The fact there's no bridge module is really cool in this one version. I love the fact that it's got this upper hull, it's armoured clearly, and all the tech is below. I like that vibe, it's unusual. Great nacelles, awesome deflector / slipstream, great use of the impulse with AE. Does have a shuttle bay, does have phase strips on the inside of the bottom. Yeah, a really nice ship and it's really cool in motion. When they did the slipstream stuff, they made the camera extra wide angle, so when it goes by, it kind of distorts in a way that kind of gives that feel. I don't know what that front hole is. I think there's a deflector detail in there, but it's misplaced. Yeah, overall a cool piece of kit.
Best thing about this ship for me was the interiors. I mean, having plasma balls was cool.
Beautiful
I had a
bridge.
ball in my room when I was growing up. Loved it. Bridge is interesting design, yeah, for sure. I did like that it was a experimental ship that was designed to do slipstream, so I could forgive that it looks like shit. I don't like the design of this thing. It definitely looks just like a dart, and that's perfect for what it's supposed to be. I hated that later we got another NX-01.
Yeah, it was the first, wasn't it?
Yeah. Just, yeah. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't have a problem with this top view necessarily, but it's missing a back. The nacelles, yeah. The bottom of it, I hate the way that it. I just hate the. I don't like this ship. I'm sorry.
But we do know the bird of prey was a Klingon design. At least we can agree on that.
I mean,
One of our oldest conversation points.
that's on record that it is. So there you go.
Yeah.
Where do you want to put this magnificently glorious ship?
So it's very iconic in Voyager because it is one of the very few one-apart end of seasons. It's one of the few. We almost got home vibes. They built full sets for it. There's no kit bashing. Everything was original. The story's great. The guest acting's great. The Borg are great in it. It's a really strong episode by itself with a great theme as well. And it's spawned Future Dauntless. That's cool. I mean, I would go A. I think it's as cool as Rhode Island, and the Rhode Island's simpler sexy. The scene's far more creative sexy.
A for NX-01.
A.
A.
Because it is, yes. You're right.
Perfect.
And it was also in, it was built and designed in the future Zadi Prime. For some reason.
Lovely. All right, moving on.
Although, well done, Borg, for being the only one that got into A. We have elegant, sexy, cube, elegant, sexy. Definitely a theme here.
Schmobody, $5. Future Time Slip Rockets, episode Blink of an Eye. They
Time
saved
Slip
the sky ship.
Cool, I say.
Yepers.
Mm-hmm. Kind of the tubes.
Great. Yeah, great episode, though.
Yeah,
I love
really
this
good.
episode.
Great guest actor. I mean, various actors. Probably one of the best sci-fi concepts they ever did. It was really simple.
Yeah.
Very human. So I believe that
Yes.
this one they sent the Doctor down to be there for like 60 years, and he had kids, but not literally, but like he adopted kids, and it was a whole thing. Yeah.
It was longer than 60 years, though.
I think it was too, yeah.
I think it was 700 years. It was something insane.
Never talked about it again. Way.
Yep. I mean, standout.
It's a rocket
episode,
ship,
but-
kind of.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I've never seen the model up close because this was done by Digital Muse, and their files were never archived, so it's not one I've seen.
Screams kitchen sink rescue ship. Okay. Great episode, but I didn't remember. I wouldn't necessarily remember the ships. So
D, I would say.
yeah,
I like the idea more. I like what they stand for more than the actual design itself. And it probably is just a very simple, like, I wonder if they probably didn't, but they could have taken like the top of a skyscraper for an alien model pack, and then added some greenies to it. Would have been acceptable. Although kind of bold of them to make like a rocket ship vibe. It's unusual for Voyager or even Trek to make a rocket ship. It's not literally that, but it has that aesthetic. So it's kind of unusual in that regard. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorite Voyager episodes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Probably commit any sci-fi, but that's not a problem. Not a problem.
Jeeves 92. I wish we had seen more of the planet and made it a two episodes. Yeah, that would have been great, honestly. That one could have used another episode for sure.
You would have to change the episode radically to accommodate that. But it would have been given conceptually wise. Yeah, there's a lot you could have done with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. But yeah, still loads more to go, guys. We've still got a bit of time as well. So, submit your thoughts.
And hit like. 37 of you here and only 28 likes. I want to get to at least 30. Only 2 more likes. Hit the like button. We refuse to do any more until we hit 30.
Wow. That's bold.
I got something to do over here.
He's in a bold mood. Yeah, like Spike right now. Right now.
Still 28.
Like Spike. It's on YouTube. It's free. It's simple. It's a button. Click like. Do it. 2. It's easy. We should get 30. We should get 40. We should get 50. We should get 60.
29.
Come on,
29.
guys. Click like. 29. Do it. Do it. Do it. We love to like with audience because audience is our mate. We click the. Good job.
If you don't hit it now, we're gonna be late. There you go. 31.
No.
How high can we get though? Can we hit 40? He'd want to get 60. I know.
Yes. Can I throw you a hell of a curveball?
As long as I can dodge it.
No, it's too big to dodge.
Oh. Then no, because I don't want to get hit by a smudge ball.
Because no one's gonna put this in. But I kind of want to see where you put it.
Okay, throw it in.
Like, okay, I'm serious, guys. In the chat right now, even those that are silly billies, like you often are, would any of you remember this one to put it in? Yes or no in the chat right now when you see it. Would you remember to put this? Would you remember the ship or thing to put in? There it is, Stuart. Utopia Planitia Shipyard Station. So I'm sure you forgot existed.
I didn't forget it existed, but
You never think of it, do you?
no, not really. Except you keep showing me. Every day, he's like, look at this thing that I got.
It's my penis.
I want to use this in a fan film.
I've not ever said that once, I don't think. But I should do. I should use it in a fan film. It's cool.
I gave him an idea.
This was in the back of the scene in Relativity at Planitia. And that's the whole thing. Yeah, it was built and tasted by Drexler, I'm pretty darn sure. And he ended up using it for his book cover. So would any of you put this in as a suggestion? Because you're very welcome to not know about it, because in 1 or 2 shots. But also means built custom for the episode. Gotta commend them for a lot of cool stuff. Your thoughts, Stuart, my friend.
I'm a fan of it, except for the bottom. But I get what they were doing. Wish the bottom would have been a bit different. And I don't particularly remember it from the scene. But
Wasn't the background.
like you said, the fact that they did it was great. More assets, more building out the world. Utopia Planitia is a pretty important place. So I'm glad they did that. And I like it. It jives with regular one. It jives with Space Dock in multiple ways.
Yeah.
So they're kind of tying all that stuff together. Yeah, good design.
Yeah.
Where would you rank it, though?
Well, I think it's kind of great. It's obviously very rudimentary, but also extra. It's also fun the fact that it is a clever kit bash, and that you build 1 pod, 4, you build a second pod, 4, you build the top, build the bottom. So it's a very good use of that. But since it's there to build other ships, then yeah, it would have lots of pods with lots of stuff in them. I kind of understand there are doors everywhere, kind of, but not quite. I think it's the office buildings in between the construction facility, I guess. Never quite
Probably.
said. There's 3 in the shot. I've always liked it. It's a fun side view. Like it has a good presence while being totally Starfleet, and it's so rare we see new stations. And it was just thrown in as a fun one. I mean, I would say design wise, I like it at a low B, but I think it should be a C because no one remembers it. But it's a cool design. That's very nice to see.
It is indeed. Okay, so yeah, we'll throw that at. Let's see.
You know, I was going to say it, so I want to throw it in as a fun addition.
In case you guys can't tell, stations count.
Yeah, sure. Like DS9. It's in the pilot. Anyway, next.
I'm staring right at it. Schmo Buddy, $5. Vaudoir Assault Fighter Episode Dragon's Teeth. So
Yes.
far after 900 years, not bad.
It's a fair point. That's a fair point.
There we go. Yeah, I really like this design, actually. It still maintains its Star Trekkiness with those nacelle things on the side. They seem like almost like Galileo engines turned backwards. And it looks like there's some inspiration from an A-Wing in there with those side pods. It's got kind of that shape. I like it. It's a very interesting design. But it's also generic sci-fi.
I get a lot of Star Wars from it.
Yeah.
Color the pods differently. As not nacelles. It's definitely a Star Wars design.
Or space above and beyond kind of vibe too.
Some, yeah. But that said, I do like it. I think it's a fun design. It's really hard to see what the hell it is in the show because of course resolution. But I like the fact that look, the front thing has guns on it. That tells you who they are. First thing is guns attached to a pod. I'm assuming they can go down and shoot. Don't know. It would make sense, possibly. But also it's kind of hidden by the pontoons. Good greebling in general. Simple, nice textured. I'm assuming, I've just thought this, that they're meant to be symbolically teeth. Dragon's teeth. I see that. I can see the teeth vibe. The sharp canines. As the episode, you throw 5 or 6 or 8 or 9 or 10 and 15, and they hurt Voyager. And we never get a follow up, of course. But if 100 of these launched at you, you'd be having a bad time. And it probably wouldn't take much to upgrade them for those at the time, just to kind of, as in now they're back in the present. They slept for so long. Replace the engine core with something newer. Replace the main disruptors with something newer. Bam, you've got a powerful little ship. But it is pretty generic, but it's quite nice. But you'd be hard pressed to kind of remember it from the show because it's zippy and it's fightery and it's.
Yeah, design wise, I like it, but from the show, it's going to be a lower rank, unfortunately. Metal Canuck says you could throw that into any IP. Yeah, you could. Without any modifications. Let's be honest.
Although I agree, if you made the yellow red, it'd be a Star Wars A-Wing, like maybe the same company.
Yeah.
But that would kind of trick you with it. I think D, because stuff in C is better.
Yep.
Yeah. But I love the fact that we have all these new shots from. If we did this same thing a decade ago, it'd be much harder to do. So I like all the views and such. Boy, that is a very equally filled chart. My goodness, that is.
I know, right?
That is probably the first of this equal. Okay, challenge to everybody in the chat. Can you? I was going to get a few more suggestions. Are there any more S's that you think are going to get an S? I'm intrigued about any other S's. Because this has to be some secret sauce, right? Something a little bit extra.
I'm trying to think what would be an S in Voyager.
My disarray?
There's definitely unique designs like the Species 8472 ship, but that's not S-worthy, I don't think.
Or non-original ships like the Runabout, because it is the Yellowstone in one episode. When if you recall, it flies through the Dyson Sphere door. Because they use the Dyson Sphere door. And it's not at all the right size, but who cares? It's the Dyson Sphere door. Door we're never going to forget. Mr. Captain, well, the Rhode Island or Challenger are both up here. Rhode Island is currently A as a Challenger. So yes, both up there.
Both there, both there.
Alright, so if you want to pick one of our pre-standing or prepped, and very few have come up.
Well, I said it, so we're going to do it.
Yes.
The Undine.
Who?
Oh, species 8472.
Oh, not 8471.
No. Those are the Endine. This is the Undine.
Endinin. Different phrases. Thoughts?
Definitely a unique look. Fluidic space. They combine together to form a super weapon, which can destroy Borg cubes like nobody's business. And the details on the ship, the fins, reflect this design of the creature. So I think it's a cool design, honestly. Again, looks very Babylon 5-y. I don't know if it's long ships and it's Babylon 5 vibe, but it's the organic nature of it, I think. So yellow glows. I thought they were kind of cool. And I like their capability to combine together. So
yeah,
that's all I got.
It's a great little... And it is little. It's actually very, very small. Very, very powerful. Very connecting to other ships and becomes even more powerful.
Yeah, how big is it compared to Voyager?
Well, that's the problem. You sit next to a cube and it's I think it's like half the size of Voyager. But you sit next to a cube and it's like pew pew pew. Because it's only got one occupant, right? Like it's a single man craft or a single alien craft. It's very, very. But where does he sit? I don't know. What I love about this one in particular is that obviously they were building obviously it's 3D based, but they were building this with, hey, cool, we've got this new hero villain, sweet. But as Lightwave used to work at the time, the amount of textures he brought in was always a big problem because it took up video memory, it took up RAM. So ships like this were very clever in that it's only one arm tripled. So by making one nice arm texture really crisp and efficient, you get 3 times the relative detail on the textures with only one arm cloned, and the back's very simple. So it's actually a very nice model for time, very clean, and you never got to see it because of the lack of HD, but very nice. Sleek, elegant, great colours. You absolutely feel the bone of the back and the sort of pincers. Unidentifiable for scale. I mean, hell. Right?
Yeah. I always thought they were bigger for some reason.
Well, you never see it with anything else, really, did you? It's always that sort of out of contrast. I would vote a mid to low A. Your thoughts, my good fellow?
I'm looking at the chart. Hold on. Do you
want to know why?
No, I don't really give a shit.
Okay.
No, I think A is fair. But why are your reasons? I think because it's iconic and it's new ship. Fluidic space is cool. Got its first CG creature.
Oh god, yeah.
Tied to it, so there's a lot going on with it. So I think A is a good call out, but.
So my vote is because, in a few of these we've done, even though for an outside observer it might seem weird, but we've kept that in a few of these. Sometimes you can have a very simple design that just works. And this, I think, is incredibly simple, but it almost hits every nail in terms of working. Now, that said, why not S? Because I think I don't understand it. I would like to, if there were some window arrangements or some elements, or, for example, if there was like a side of it which had like a human airlock because they wanted to get prisoners and you kind of felt the scale, or a visible, almost like a protostar, like a dome bit that you could see through and see like a gel layer and an A472, like you know what I mean? Something tangible, I would give it higher. But I think it's incredibly simple but incredibly effective. Although also kind of like the Chrome Time Ship now, I'm looking at the front.
Yeah.
So I think it gets, like I said, not a high A, but I think it does dip into A because of what I just said. And like I said, iconic, it's one of the most memorable villain ships. And one of the few that I'm absolutely fine with being copy and paste because it has that kind of works in a pack vibe that I really like. There's not every ship.
Yeah. What are you guys saying? Ray Ricks, 5 pounds. USS Equinox, the Nova class.
And guys, I'd love to see 3 more of these before the end. 3 more 5s would be absolutely tremendous. Thank you in advance if you can. Equinox, Stuart!
Love the Nova class. A little
Mhm.
mini sovereign.
With none of the good stuff.
Yeah,
As in
it's good.
tech-wise.
Definitely got a different vibe from the Rhode Island, and I don't know which one I like more. I kind of am not the biggest fan of the cutout on this one, but it gives it's a unique look, right?
Pincers, but not.
Yeah. The nacelle design's nice. The bridge is cool. I hate that it's so small and it's just a science ship, so it doesn't have like holodecks stuff. That's kind of disappointing, but you definitely get a sense of scale from these windows. It's not a big ship.
Oh, although it's funny, sorry to briefly interrupt, but it's funny to think they thought it's important to have a wave rider, but not holodecks. Like I would pick holodecks.
Mission specific.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a science. Well, holodecks can come in very handy in scientific expeditions and stuff, as we saw in TNG a few times, where they use it to like investigate something or reconstruct something. But it's an odd choice to not have at least one holodeck. Even a smaller one.
Because you can imagine if you've grown up, let's say you're in year, because this thing was, okay, let's say this thing was a bit. So TNG, the holodecks existed, there were new ones, great. But let's say you're fresh at the academy, it's a few years in, everyone you knows always had a holodeck in their ship, cool. And they get assigned to the one of 5 classes that don't have a holodeck, and like, for goodness sake. Like, I'm so used to going to a park every day for my walk, and losing that, I think, would feel big. So I think it sounds silly, but I think losing that ability to express your outside world on the inside is important. Now, that said, if it's truly short range, meaning like almost single mission, or like a week at a time, super interesting, because that's rarely seen. Sorry, I just wanted to throw in the holodeck point there.
Yeah, well, Malo Canuck points out that it wasn't designed to leave Federation space for any period of time. No, absolutely not. This is like the Oberth from Star Trek 3. It's sent to a planet to investigate something, right? Short-range missions as well as short-term missions.
I mean, this does feel like the Oberth successor.
Oh, absolutely. We've made that comparison before. I like the design. It definitely plays a huge part in those episodes. I wish it would have stuck around longer. I wish we could have seen a la Prodigy Season 2, the Voyager and another ship cruising side by side for a while. It would have been neat to add it and get, have Chakotay over there in command of that one and have that kind of dynamic, even if it was just for a while. But the fact they designed this new ship for the show, I think it deserves a pretty high mark, honestly. So, what are your thoughts on the good old Equinox?
I mean, honestly, Rick strikes again, right? My favourite artist for Trek for a reason. Love John, but his designs are a little bit samey. This is not Prometheus. This is not Voyager. Not at all. They're all incredibly original, incredibly different, and all with very much, like, I get the vibe they're giving off. Meaning, yes, it's small. I can feel the scale. I can feel the lack of other stuff. I feel the cramness. The torpedo launchers are in little pincers. Cool. I like it. And the nacelles, a bit too sovereign-y, possibly, but also makes sense, right? I love that they forgot to add the impulse engine, despite there being a space for the impulse engine. Instead, there's a second shuttle bay. Like this thing needs 2 shuttle bays. It doesn't. That's why fans tend to add that back in, because there's a space for it. Artists just didn't put it in. The fact is amazing. It can definitely land. I think there's spots for it. The fact that the bridge dome is recessed, and it's very much implied that blue thing is the skylight. You can see it up like the Enterprise D. Like, you can actually see out. That said, of course, it's got this giant rim, so all we're seeing is hull. It's a very just top view, but I love that implication. Yeah, it's great. It's a really, really good, simple, effective ship. But, is there a but? Do we have a but? We obviously have buts, but what do you think? Well, I put in Shroud Buddies. Diamond, yes, good shot. Good shout.
I think it should probably be at least an A. I think it's equally as good, if not.
Well, they're different.
I know they are. That's why I kind of paused for a second.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at the Rhode Island going, prefer the Rhode Island personally, but.
Okay, vote now. We're not going to listen to you, but vote now. Is the Equinox an A or an S? But we're not going to listen to them.
ARS.
I want to hear what you guys think.
Well, we might listen to them.
Do we ever, though?
Yes. Rude. This fucking guy. I tell you what. Yeah, I think I might be swayed to an S, honestly, because first new Federation starship design we had seen in a while. And Ransom was great. The crew was great. This episode was fantastic. I love the premise. Love the idea that another ship was trapped in the Delta Quadrant. It's all story based, but had a cool bridge.
Oh, that bridge, man. That bridge is giant.
Yeah.
That bridge is bizarre. Because it's a kit bash of the Excelsior for flashback. So it's a full hero size. And it's way too big. And if you watch, and it's very hard to see, in fairness, but it's there. Both to the front, constantly to the side, aren't there. There's just wall padding. So it's like, look, we're a small ship. Rather than having a smaller bridge, just have holes in the walls. Great. Thanks. Wonderful. So B can't tell because they destroy it, like the bridge. Okay, what do you guys think? A, S, A, A. Sorry, I go for S. It's equal. You know what? Let's go S because Rick is the bomb. And Rick's currently getting 4 S's. Rick Sternberg has 4 S's. 4 A's.
To be fair, he did most of the work.
2 P's. I know, but it's funny. Yeah.
And
Wait, one more. Can we get one more selection, guys? That'd be really nice. Get one more after Show Buddies. One more.
Yeah, yeah.
Great. One more.
Schmobuddy said, I just noticed I totally own the D section. Schmobuddy's all about the D.
You heard it here. Well, I think we all knew, so you heard it a second.
All right, so Ray Ricks, £5. Final for me, USS Excelsior. Ah, yes.
It is different.
Flashback.
It is different. As dumb as that
It's
is.
For me, it's going to get an S. Because it's a great episode. Brought back Sulu. Everybody loves the Excelsior design. It looks great in the episode. You get new footage of it. It even fights Kang. Yeah, Kang. Yeah. I'm going to give it an S, honestly. It's Excelsior. It's great. Ever think I'd say that? Huh? Did you? Huh? Didn't.
So I like this Excelsior because they sort of forgot. There's this amazing quote by Tim Russ, because he was obviously big in the episode, and he says, and again, one more super chat, guys. One more. Would be great.
Oh yes, his famous quote. I remember this.
He's like, and it's a great present for the fans because we went back and we got everything right. It's perfect. And then it hard cuts to Valtane getting killed despite being at the end of Subject 6, so you didn't get it right. And also the Excelsior in this show does not have glowing nacelles. So, Tim, buddy, 2 very giant and very easy to, like, just don't have it be Valtane. Pick random nobody who's not in the... Well, I mean, they're all in the final shot. That's the whole point. Pick a new person. Like, I love you brought back. I mean, they're all... Literally, they brought people out of retirement for that. Amazing. But you didn't get 2 major things right. That said, I love the Excelsior with the glowing warp nacelles. I really like that. It feels like it should have been that from the start. It was a fresh built miniature for this. Not CG. A little bit of both, but mostly this. That's why that giant blue pinstriping is different, because it was a fresh build. It was also built smaller than the miniature. That's why everything's a bit out of whack. Because that does not look as good as the movie one. It just doesn't, because it's just not built to a higher standard. But they built a new one, and I really like the glows. I've always thought it was nice, and it feels like such a present to see new shots of the movie in the show. I've always thought that was really wonderful.
Yeah.
But again, Stuart, we can't be nepotism and say yes.
I tried, guys. I didn't want to be the one that didn't make the Excelsior S.
Unless you guys disagree with me. I'm going to say A. But if anyone feels strongly to make it an S, we have another 2 or 3 minutes. Wink.
Alright. Then we got one more after this one. So we'll put it at A for now. But if you guys are very passionate
one more super
about
chat
it...
to guess what number I'm seeing the number.
Well, somebody can super chat a $5 in to get it up to A,
Okay.
or up to S, I mean.
Or down to B. Really
That's
piss
not
you
the
off.
It's not the Enterprise B. It's Excelsior. It's different. You be quiet.
No bloody Excelsior. A, B, or C.
All right. Last up, we got Schmo Buddy with $5. The Borg Diamond from episode Dark Frontier. I think it came from Armada Game into the show.
Nope, designed by the team. Brandon McDougall built it for the show.
Do you have a picture of it?
Oh, did it not go through?
Did not go through.
Ah!
Sam has failed. Failed us all.
There you go, there it is.
Borg Diamond. Let's go with primary geometric shapes. This was neat, honestly. Negative space. It's not just literally a diamond like they could have done like the cube. I like the design structure of it, and it's definitely got a cool look to it. So always good to have more Borg ships, I guess.
Yeah, this one's a kind of crazy one because, kind of in a similar way to the relativity, it's not an impossible task, but it's like, how do you build the ultimate personal advanced special Borg ship where the God Almighty of the Borg will use and be fully conscious of being okay in? That's a big thing to do, right? And what do? They build it's a very small craft, relatively speaking. Like that middle bit is the control room and a bit more space. It's very, very small, relatively speaking. And it's a weird, cool ship. I will say, I've obviously got the model for my archive. Fucking nightmare to light. Absolute horror. I've never done a good render with it. I've not tried very hard, as in many times, but horrible to light because she's black. And look at this shot. This shot is great, but where's it being lit from? Kind of nowhere. It's being lit from sort of the ambient... bastard to light. Hate it. But it's a really cool design. And I love the fact that it kind of gives you hourglass vibe as well. Don't know why, but kind of like...
It does, yeah.
Of course, I'm biased by Armada, how cool the tech was, the fact that you could do so many epic things with it. But I like it. It's never explained, never shown doing much, never does really anything ever, except when it does a lot and it like bombs a planet to bioweapon it, to simulate it, kind of. Yeah, it's great. I kind of wish we saw it more, but I can't light it for shit, so... What do you think? I mean, I think it's really cool, but is it good?
It is good.
Okay.
I'm thinking A, personally.
Okay. As much as Tactical Borg Cube. See? That's the contrast factor.
It's cooler in different ways, though.
Yes. But,
like, it's a dynamic visual, and it looks really great. Fine.
I wish it was in Endgame.
I do, too.
And do you want to see my render? The last time I tried to render it. This is how it looked. Okay. This is how it looked. Like, something about that to me looks terrible, and I did the render. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't look as good. But that's just dark and... Oh, they changed the purple to green. Interesting. I would be happy with a very high B, unless you think strongly it should be a low A. I think it definitely...
No.
Okay.
I think B's fine.
It's definitely
B
a
for
B.
Borg.
Yeah. Yeah. And also very super cool. It's in so few shots, but it's like, damn. Oh, if this had been in Picard... Can you imagine Ball Diamond coming out of season 2 rather than they're cool? I mean, the ship was cool they were in. It was weird and cool. But just a diamond, just like, oh no!
Look at the shots of the Katinga and the Borg. It looks like they're the same shot. Looks like out of the calendar.
It's a Bordinger or a D7 diamond. That was not funny. No. Yeah.
It's the Borg taking off after, or the Klingons taking off after taking out the Borg.
They fired at the wrong ship. This is not gonna work. And of course, they're too old to be assimilated, so therefore Borg like, It's fine. You know, at some point we should do one of these for Star Trek video game ships ranking.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Because Armada has some excellent ships. And I personally, I know it sounds silly, I really like the Planet Simulator. I think it's a really great design.
Yes.
Basic bitch design, but I love it. It flips different weapon modes and just, yeah, I think it's a really clever little design.
You can use some of the ships from Fleet Operations, the mod for Armada 2.
Sure.
Some cool designs in there.
Yeah. Borg Tinga, yes. Was that what I said? Maybe I said that. I don't know.
I think you said that.
So is that the last one, guys? Okay.
Looks like it's the last one.
Yeah. A hell of a broad selection.
All right, well.
And we didn't say Marquee Raider, because I had a few prepped. So I guess there's not bound to count for the silly ones, like the Quarks and such, because we had a good amount of other ones prepped. Oh, let's just briefly say what we had but didn't show. Come on, slides. Oh yeah, Death Ship, the Deredex, the I did include and I'll be cheeky and say the Dominion ship because it is in one shot. The Vidian ship, which I quite like. Yeah, but yeah, really good selection, guys. Really good selection.
Yeah, as usual, you guys turned up, and we appreciate that. So it was a good discussion.
Yeah, we love these things. Some fun stuff. So yeah, tune in for tomorrow night for Stuart's first reaction of Lower Decks. We're nearing the end, so do tune into that and support us by super chatting on your thoughts on that as well. We'd love to see what you guys think.
As always, yeah. So until then,
yes,
he's Commander Cockings.
He is the one, the only. Oh wait, the poll.
60
votes.
I'm glad I'm not as important as the poll.
60 votes. Which show has better ship designs? 60% Voyager. And 40% DS9. Yeah. Excellent. I like a round number. So until next time, he's gonna Foley. I know I did that, but I'm doing it again.
And he's Commander Cockings.
I am.
I'm not the one and only Captain Foley.
Wait, hold on. One more thing. Look at our damn thumbnail. No one put Borgified Voyager. No one put Proton Ship. No one put Nigga Ship. There's like 5 of those you didn't do. Come on, guys. Who was paying attention to the thumbnail?
Nobody. They all failed the test.
Bye, guys.